Hello, teachers. This is Primary 3, Term 1, Week 5. For this week, there are 3 booklets, but don't worry, the last booklet is only to be done in class if there is time, right? Provided that you've completed booklet 1 and 2. So let's start with booklet 1. The topic is on subtraction without renaming. So at the start of the lesson, try to bring back with the meaning of sum, right? So sum is basically addition. When you say sum of 2 objects, you add them up together. For subtraction, we use the word difference. So for example, this question here, what is the difference between 6 and 4? It is really looking at the bigger number, 6 minus 4. Okay, and in terms of bar model, right, it can be looked at this way. So difference is the gap here, right? It may illustrate to the student, right? When you draw a bar model, the difference is that difference in terms of the this so-called gap here. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. Get them to do the guided practice. I think this is very straightforward. You may actually, not teach and just get them to on their own, okay, and just monitor and make sure they do it correctly. So once it is done, okay, so do guided practice, all right, on their own. And then once it's done, it is good to go through subtraction without renaming for them. I would say skip all these, okay, and just go to one of the guided practice there, right, to teach them how to do it, right? In fact, I don't really like this kind of a steps here. So to save time, all right, you can actually just go all the way to perhaps page 3. Sorry, not page 3, page 7, question 3, and then show them how to do subtraction without regrouping, right? So this is the way that you say it is 9 ones minus 4 ones equals 5 ones, 4 tenths minus 1 tenth equals 3 tenths, 8 tenths minus 5 tenths equals 3 tenths, and sorry, I'm saying too fast. 8 hundredths minus 500 equals 3 hundredths, and 5,000 minus 3,000 equals 2,000. So the answer is 2,335. So to address the question, remember to address the question, what is the difference between 5,849 and 3,514? It is basically 5,849 minus 3,514. Okay, and then don't forget to remind the students to write the answer there. Okay, after that, you can get them to do for A and B on their own, right? I'm sure they can do it. Okay, for A and B on their own, gotta practice. And once you're done, I would say skip all these questions because subtraction without renaming is actually very easy. I would suggest that you go to page 17 and do 6A, right? This is when they require to write out this algorithm on their own, right? So make sure they do it neatly. Always make sure. I know some students, they tend to be untidy, and then the numbers, right, the digits, right, will be in the wrong place value. So this is very dangerous, right? Make sure that they are able to write it neatly, okay, according to the place value, right? They don't have to write the place value up there. Although for some students, the weaker ones, very weak ones, they may require help, in which then you may then tell them to do this. But otherwise, I think that's fine. Okay, so maybe do 2 questions, right? As long as they know how to, they understand what is the task here, difference between the given numbers, and that they need to arrange these numbers in algorithm, right? And then write it out. That's fine. Okay, and then we skip the question. All right. So to skip the question, I think all these are quite easy, right? I would say not necessary to do them. Okay. And then perhaps for you to, let me see, question 5A, subtract any even number from another even number. Subtract any odd number. Okay, so let's see. All right, so maybe you may want to work out this question with them. All right, so that they are used to the idea of even number. Reason why I would like you to do this, right, is some students are still under the impression that in order for the number to be even, right, both the first digit and last digit must be even, and so on. So maybe work this out with them, okay? And then get them to do one question here, show them, or rather show them how to do question here. Just one question would do, okay? Then show them how to do 10A. All right, so basically they need to add this up first. And then after that, right, once they add this up, they minus this portion and they will get the answer, right? So follow the steps, okay? Then show them how to do one like that, and then ask them to do maybe one question on their own, okay? And I think then we are fine. So these questions are a bit time consuming, but it's always get them to think about this question here. So maybe do 11 as well, right? Difference, choose 2 numbers with a difference of 3,131. Okay, so for here, there's some kind of a logic here. right? They need to guess the difference. 3,131 is an odd number. So ask them, should both numbers be even, odd, or one even and one odd, right? In order to get an odd number, you must have one even, one odd, okay? Otherwise, you will get an even number, right? So demonstrate one, get them to do one, okay? And then all these questions are quite a bit more, maybe slightly a bit more challenging, but I would say, let's see. At least it's thinking that the difference between the numbers is 1 to 4, write down. Okay, all right. So this one, there are a lot of ways I can do it. Okay, so the way to teach them, right, is just come up with any 4-digit number. Of course, don't come up with 1, 2. It must be greater than, a lot greater than 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell them, right? So it can be any number. It can be thinking a pair of a 4-digit number. So it can be let's say it can be 8, 3, 2, 7, whatever. And the way to do it, right, is because the difference is 1 to 4. So minus something equals 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry. So the solution is just to take 8,327 minus 1,234, and they can get an answer. Okay, so question 12. And then I think question 13. Let me see whether there's a. Yeah, unfortunately, this question, right? I think that's fine. Let them try to do this on their own. Okay. And I think we can move on to the next one. Okay. Okay. So yeah, then let's move on to the second one. Okay. So the rest can be assigned to homework. Now I will mention to you what are the homework to be assigned as well. All right, to standardize the way the assignments that we give out to students. Okay, then we move on to with renaming. So this requires a bit of teaching, right? But because they are in primary 3, they have learned renaming before. There shouldn't be an issue. All right, you can use one question, perhaps just skip right to one of the guided practice here and just show them how to do this. Right, so just skip to page 5, right, and then teach them how to do this. So the way to do it, the explanation is, so 5 ones minus 8 ones, always ask them, can you subtract 8 ones from 5 ones? No, not enough. So you have to get 1/10, right, from your tens place value here. So 1/10, right, you take 1/10, it becomes 15 ones here, and then your 3 tenths becomes 2 tenths, right? So explain it that way, okay? Please do not use the word borrow, right? Borrow means you must return. That's the wrong way of doing it. Okay, so demonstrate 1. And then after that, you can get them to, remember, get answer and fill in this question as well. After that, they can do question 2, right, on their own. Okay, look at how they do it. Observe, right? Get them to do question 3 as well for guide practice. If necessary, if you think they are still rusty, right, you can move on to question 1. You may do independent 1, but otherwise, I think generally most students should be fine, right? So if they need more practice, then by all means do it. Okay. So let's see. The other one that we can do is I would skip these questions here because okay, maybe just do one question. Okay, 5,276 minus 87 equals 5,639. So this is the working for them, already scaffolded. And then you can tell them they can check their answers. So if you add this to this, you should get back the number here, 5,726. Right? So let's not do too much of this. This is in, out. Maybe just do one question, 5A. Just one question, one set of questions, do one in, which is 4,932. Okay, after that, tell them that it's basically, you know, the machine here is just 5,932 minus 2,644. So they need to show the working somewhere. Either use a rough piece of paper, right? Or if there's space, they can write it along the booklet. And the rest are repetitive. Okay, so do one question here. So same thing, this one requires them to, now this is very important, they got to know it neatly, right? So no need to draw the lines here, but I'm just showing that they need to write it in the place value. So the idea here is that they must be able to present it in an algorithm manner. If they would think they need more practice, and do a few more questions here. Okay, otherwise, I think just one would do. Okay, so this one is the same, right? Difference means big number. minus 1. So I don't think we should spend more time on this. It is not necessary. Okay. For this, do one question with them, right? Where is the difference, right? This is the difference here. So that means it's this number minus this number, right? So looking at the difference. So there are some more complex ones, right? Maybe, so for example, let me see. I think usually these are okay. Perhaps do F because there are 3 numbers involved. All right, so they should do 46101 minus 1122 minus 1291. So do it step by step, right? Some of they most probably cannot subtract 3 numbers at once or 2 numbers as one. So get them do this first. 4601 minus 1122. Okay, and then once they have gotten the answer, then they subtract again 1291. Okay, to get the answer. All right. Okay, let's see. I think okay, this one can be quite complex. If you have some time, I think we'll go through one more question with them, which is where is it? Oh, sorry. Any of this question here? Wait, let me see here. I think this one is okay. This one is good. Right. So same thing, right? So this is 3 bars. In whole, as a whole, is 7,485. Sum of it. So in order to find what is this bar, they need to take 7,485 minus 3278 and then minus 1748. Okay, and then that's it, right, for this booklet. For the third booklet, again, I leave it to you. I will be circling some of the questions in there. So if there is time, provided that you have finished both booklet 1 and 2, right, you may take them through some of the questions in booklet 3. Okay, all right, thank you very much. That's it for today.